Live Altbays Show brought to you by Altbays.nz. If you're watching us right now, you're watching us on YouTube, and if you are watching us on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to support the platform and the team. This is show number 162. It's been a cool journey. We have been doing these shows for 1 year, and now it's every Tuesday and Thursday live at 7 p.m. If you cannot catch the show live, you can watch it on YouTube after the live stream or in all the main podcast platforms: Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio. We're everywhere. You find us. Make sure to follow us on the social medias: Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Some people make videos nowadays that reach 7 million views, like Mr. Brando Yelavich next to me here, the Wildboy. How the fuck did that happen? Did you throw a stick and then suddenly like people were like, whoa, look at that stick?
Yeah, it's exactly what happened. I was just out there exploring the cliffs, and I was like, oh, there's a stick, and curiosity got the better of me. I was like, wonder what it's going to do if I throw it off into the wind. And, well, I threw it, and it stopped, just literally stopped, and then took off and disappeared into the clouds, almost as if, like someone had some magic spell on it. But yeah, that was me. It's what I've been up to, throwing sticks off cliffs. I'm Brando. Welcome to the show.
This is Brando. The explorer, the master, the crazy guy who comes here to have a chat with us every now and then, and some pizza from Slice Baby. How good is that?
It's pretty damn good. Pretty
stuff.
Damn good. I actually tried vegan pizza. I didn't know it was a vegan pizza, and I must say, as a predominant meat eater over here, it was pretty good. I couldn't actually tell the difference. I thought it was just a veggie pizza with,
Shout out to the vegans. And just Slice Baby, if you're coming to the Coromandel. The Coromandel got hit pretty hard by Cyclone Gabriel. Not as bad as other areas of New Zealand, but still caused a lot of damage. So if you are coming to the Coromandel, make sure to support local businesses. Make sure to go and grab a pizza at Slice Baby. We're going to have them showing on our screen during the show. Was everything all right at your house, bro, after the strong winds and the madness with the rain and everything?
Yeah, it's like mostly everything was good. A lot of trees down, so there was a lot of work to do, chopping them up, clearing the road. But as the house stayed together, the roof stayed on. We only had to dig 1 or 2 trenches and sandbag one corner of the house, but other than that, it was just another storm.
Speaking of sticks... Ooh, check out that segue, motherfuckers. Before I do that, did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it.
Before I do that, I just want to say that our media group is also releasing this beautiful thing here. If you're watching, you can't see it, but I'm holding the Coromine magazine. We're publishing a monthly free magazine. It's a collaborative project, a bunch of cool writers, illustrators from the Coromandel. Look at this cover made by Hannah Coleman Smith. How powerful. So if you want to collaborate, if you want to write, if you have some ideas, or if you are a business and you would like to advertise with us, we really appreciate that. We take the magazine to the whole Coromandel, Thames, and some other areas of the North Island. Yeah, make sure to check us out in coromine.nz. There's an audio version there as well. Speaking of sticks, how good are you on the drums, Brando?
That's cool. About my extent of drumming.
Okay.
It was top notch.
By saying that, I'm glad Neo is here. So we have here with us tonight, Mr. Neo Lee. How are you, my bro?
Good, buddy. Good. How are you?
Good.
Oh, that's the one.
It's good to see you. Bring your microphone a bit closer to you.
Hello.
Oh.
Hello.
Ooh, check out that ASMR, eh? Look at that deep voice that the bro has.
Quite a nice mic.
It's a nice mic, isn't it?
It's a nice mic.
It's a nice mic.
I've never heard myself like this before.
You sound pretty good.
Start a YouTube channel soon. Watch out.
I think you should. You can do it here, man.
That's how you get the millions of views too, eh? The ASMR.
ASMR? Do you listen to ASMR?
I think I have a couple times, yeah.
Yeah? What style? What kind of ASMR is your...
Honestly, nowadays, I couldn't tell you. Because back in the day, it started as a joke. You're in school you're like listening to it, and why is this person eating into their camera? Like, it's terrifying. It's
terrifying. Yes.
Why would you do it? But yeah, as you go on, you're like, oh well, that does sound quite nice. Some of the tapping sounds, and those what is it? The slime with the the balls and squish it.
Sounds like you're real into this.
Yeah. I'm into that stuff, man. Yeah, we can talk for hours just on ASMR. Not your thing, Brando?
Well, I actually, no, I've got to be completely honest.
I agree.
Over the last 10 years, I have spent a lot of time not on the internet. I share lots of stuff on the internet, but I don't spend a whole lot of time on it. Anyway, there's been a few times in my life where I have come across a water tank in the middle of nowhere. Just a water tank half full of water. Take the lid off. I'm just trying to find some water out there in the wild. And I don't know if you've ever heard the acoustics of the inside of a cylindrical water tank. Holy smokes.
We're on tank, mate. Yeah. Boom.
That's what you want, right?
So that was like my real life ASMR from myself, just listening to my own voice. It's the only way I can ever make it sound remotely angelic.
That's cool. I like that.
I think for a drummer, for someone who makes a lot of noise and it's always on that crazy vibe of smashing hard, it's nice to tone down a little bit sometimes, right? And enjoy some peace and quiet.
Definitely. Because all of my type of drumming is go hard,
going hard.
Full passion all the time, non-stop.
So for the people who have no idea what we're talking about here, Neo was awarded Best Drummer in the national final of the New Zealand Battle of Bands in 2020, playing with one of his musical projects, the Minnehahas. Love the name, by the way. Which is a...
I don't even know how you found that out.
Maori princess.
It is. Minnehaha.
Minnehaha. Great name. And something else?
I believe, don't quote this, I might get pulled up for it, but from my knowledge, it is the sound of the trickling water below our house. There's a stream that runs past, and it is described as Minnehaha.
Love it. In the same year, 2020, another successful band he's part of, White Noise Mafia, took out the classic Ding Dong Lounge Battle of the Bands in Auckland, New Zealand. They got to record with the legendary rock music producer Dave Rhodes. Is that right?
That was wicked.
Absolutely
Awesome experience.
Shout out to Dave Rhodes.
Yeah.
And now you're doing your thing in Whitianga. You grew up here, moved to Auckland, family of musicians.
Yep, absolutely. Full of musicians that taught here. Yeah, they brought up probably predominantly everyone that plays music here that has gone to Mercury Bay. They've seen my grandparents, my grandfather and my nana both teach woodwind and flute and all of that.
We had Paul and Jenny on the show. I don't know if you knew that.
Awesome.
Yeah, they came as guests and that was a great conversation. Yeah. So man, big part of your life, eh? Like, was it like from the womb? Can we say that?
Yes.
Like,
my mother's stomach. This is probably a bit of a funny story, but I was kicking on it the entire time. So my dad decided I'm going to put a drum up to that, and I was kicking in time. He reckons. Put up the music, and he's still kicking in time. Changed the song. Oh look, he's kicking in time again. So they were like, "Yeah, drum kit at 0." First thing I had, drum kit.
Amazing. Yeah. That's the myth. That's how the legend was born. Yeah, I love that. This is a great story. Yeah, and your father is a top muser, right? Top drummer.
Yeah, and a professional musician at best. Definitely.
So were you watching him touring like during the years, like when you were growing up?
Every single weekend, my dad had a gig. Yeah, there was not a single weekend, and especially living here in Whitianga, it was a common thing to have weddings and pub bookings, and so when you are doing that, you're making a living off it too, and it propels you to do it more often, and that's a cool thing, being able to make a living off music.
Were you making sense of that from the beginning? There was actually something that was helping to keep the family?
Yes, yeah, because my grandparents did do it to provide for their family at the start of their little family, having kids and that. They were 4 or 5 nights a week in Auckland in the biggest little pub bands.
And it's good because you don't have that bullshit talk of like, oh, what are you gonna do for your life? Not music. Music is not the thing.
Yeah,
music
no,
is not,
they
not
broke away. They were from aristocratic families, and broke away into become hippies.
And we still have that. We still have that mentality that the arts are not a thing, that you cannot find some like income, that you cannot make a living.
It's difficult in New Zealand, almost impossible. You know, there's a point where you break free and you're like, yeah, I'm doing it, I'm making money off of it. But for the most part, you are paying to play, unfortunately. But that's what you got to do what you love.
Is it mainly for original song, would you say? Like bands trying to go original?
Definitely. Cover bands are a much, more acceptable thing. You get all your bangers, banger after banger, and everyone can relate upon what is being played. Whereas an original piece, you've almost got to take it upon yourself to listen to it in your own time, and that can be a bit difficult. Yeah.
But then there's a bigger reward there as well, right? Doing your thing.
Further connection, yeah, for sure.
Doing what you feel like is right. God, yeah, I like the cover thing because it teaches you discipline to learn a song.
Absolutely.
You know, like to play with other people to make that sound good. You know, but it feels like it's preparing you to do your original as well.
Oh, completely. Because you are learning most of the time from the best. You know, your favourite bands are some of the best musicians in the world. So when you're learning all their little intricate pieces, you're learning their thousands of hours of practice, you know. Yeah.
It's a really, really cool way of looking at that. You know,
Yeah.
you are really learning from the best when you are replicating somebody else's song.
Definitely.
I like that.
Yeah, that's why you got to be careful about how you listen to, you know. Definitely.
Man, the thing with covers though, there's a thing that like people will ask you for the same songs, and then it feels like
Mustang Sally, Wagon Wheel.
Mustang Sally, Wagon Wheel in New Zealand. And we were talking to this American friend, and she was saying that Wagon Wheel, it's from an American band, the Old Crow Medicine, I'm pretty sure. That probably most kids won't know. They just know the name of the song. Sorry. And she said that it's not a thing there. Like it's not the hit that everybody asks at the pub. So I don't know what happened in New Zealand that people connected with that song, and then it became the pub song. And I don't even have a problem with people liking that song. Not at all. It's a great song. But like it feels like your night relies on those classics, you know, like you're not enjoying anything else that is happening. You're kind of like just annoying the musician in front of you so he can play the song that you want.
You're
like
waiting.
You're missing the whole experience of someone playing in front of you. Hey.
You know, I have a theory about what that could potentially have been caused by.
Here we
All
go.
of those songs, really.
Don't tell me that it's your fault. Don't tell me that you brought it from. God damn it.
We see, I threw the stick and it... No, I think that potentially maybe whenever jukeboxes became like a real hit, a real thing in bars and in pubs and in clubs, ice skating rinks, all those places, there would have been a select number of songs that would have been pitched to New Zealand and put into these particular ones, the songs of the time, and potentially that's what got put in all the pubs all throughout, like, you know, the last 30 years. And so that's what everyone was hearing when live bands were not as big and popular through that 90s or 80s, 90s period.
Yep.
And then, well, I mean, they were big, but in pubs. And yeah, so now we've got all these songs but have no idea where they came from up here. How did we get them? Just a theory, though. Who knows?
Just a theory, yes. Or it was the first one on the jukebox and people couldn't...
The free one?
Change?
The free one that
it
plays?
was the free one. The demo song.
Yeah.
Damn. What is your... What are the covers that you're actually into playing? What? Because you told me you on a cool project, the 27?
Yeah, we do a
That's a cool
tribute
idea.
show. Yeah, to every musician that died at the age of 27. So Jimi Hendrix, Kurt Cobain, Amy Winehouse. There's a couple more.
The bro from
Jim
the
Morrison.
Rolling Stones died at 27. The bass player, wasn't it? Bass player?
No, it was
No?
Oh no, this is really bad of me.
It's fine.
No.
But Jim Morrison, you got right. Janis Joplin as well, right? 27 or no? Taylor? Janis Joplin? 27? Google it, man, please.
Google it.
Please. Anyway, you play
don't
some
ask me about
songs. You
facts.
play some of those classics. We don't care about the facts, man. We'll find them.
The whole point of it is to really make sure you've got banger after banger. Like I said before, it's just ridiculous how well people respond. You know, they're just absolutely adoring it the whole time because they recognize those songs from their past, and what more could you want?
That's right.
Yes, yeah.
Which
You're
one?
like capturing a memory, you know, someone's audio memory from a time, and you're bringing them back to something that they can relate to and be able to sing to or hum to, or, you know, whatever they're going to be doing. And so that must be an awesome feeling up there on stage.
Oh,
but
the
also
best.
probably, does it start to become monotonous, playing the same things?
Depends on what you're getting your enjoyment from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brian Jones, by the way, was the member of
Brian Jones.
Yeah.
I thought he was the bass player, wasn't he?
No, I don't
No?
think he was. We need to check that because now I'm having second thoughts about
Brian
that.
Jones from the Rolling Stones. Thank you.
How good.
Yeah. And Janis Joplin, pretty sure 27.
Yeah.
She died
Yeah.
at 27. Good. When Stu and I we play covers, there are two ways of approaching them. Like you can really play exactly how they are, and again, there's the discipline elements, or you own them, or you make your own version.
Oh, I agree.
You try to change
it
that
up.
and make it sound like something that you were not.
It's a challenge. It's definitely a challenge. I enjoy that though too because you've got the template, but you don't need to follow it anymore. And it's, you know, you've got the lyrics and you scrap the basic melodic progression. You could even scrap the rhythm, change the time signature, but you know, it's still that same idea, based upon the same idea.
What were you doing at 27, Mr. Brando Yelavich?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even know how old I am now.
Hopefully no
Stop
white lighter
counting.
in your pocket.
No, I probably would have had a white lighter in my pocket. It's just somewhere in the middle of the Australian outback, trying to light a fire under a tree.
Wicked.
Yeah, but definitely not playing music.
Escaping the
being-
ruse.
Exactly.
That'd be good fun.
27.
27?
It was only like 2 years ago, I think.
Can you track that back?
It seems like it was a long time ago, considering the state of the world's affairs.
Pandemic, probably 27 for you.
Yeah, I think so. Making babies. That's what I was doing at 27.
Ah, there you go.
Well, not quite, but
Entertainment. That's good. He didn't have a TV at
Yeah,
home.
that's one way to put it.
I know, right?
Making babies entertainment until you've got the baby.
Until you got
Yeah.
a baby,
And
man.
then it's all over.
Do you like the idea of having a family one day, Neil?
I'll be honest, fuck no.
Fuck no.
Just
Freaks you out, man. It's because you started teaching too early. I think that's the thing. How old were you when you started teaching drums?
10.
How the fuck is that possible? Tell me.
Well.
I know that I'm talking.
wait, what?
I know that I'm talking to a top musician, but what the fuck? That's amazing.
My mother
I love that story.
had a lot of confidence in me, and she, you know, she saw that I was obviously
money
quite
making
good.
potential, right?
Well, no, not really. 10 bucks for half an hour. Yeah, 20 bucks an hour, actually. Yeah, you're right. 20 bucks an hour at 10 is mean.
It's a lot of money.
Back, what, 10 years ago, 2012. So
I
that's-
still do that. Let's not talk about money. Carry on. Skip that part. Thank you.
But I kid you not. It was a very big realization moment when these kids enjoyed pissing me off. And I was a kid at that time. And, you know, it was like, wow, I enjoy this too. I really do. But then I was like, I love that. But I love it in these short bursts, you know, they're coming in and they're leaving. And I think you don't get that. You know, when you're older, you just really don't get that. They're there at 24 and 7. It's just, yeah. That's why, Leo, if I'm being honest. Yeah.
That's right. That's good. That's good. Man, I'm 34 and like
Yeah, where's the kids?
I don't know. Somewhere maybe. Hopefully they show up when they're 18. Hey Leo. Hey. Dad, I'm like, oh shit! Oh, can you drive me to the dairy?
Why aren't you driving at 18?
Yeah, I hope they drive.
You idiot.
Nah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Father wasn't around.
Yeah, because he didn't know.
They just turned up.
He couldn't understand that English text that said, "Congratulations, you're a father." He was learning
too
English at the
Brazilian,
time.
yeah.
I feel like these
Yeah,
are
I
some
love it.
trauma-induced kids right here.
Oh man! Again, I hope they show up when they're
It's
18.
taking a real spin out.
Yeah,
I love it.
ACC and all that shit. Nah, man. I have to say that my mentality changed. So there was a time that I didn't probably like the same answer as you. I was like, nah, fuck no, not my thing. And nowadays it's still the same no, but like with a different perspective on it, with a different take on what fatherhood is. Like, so same with the drinking that we were talking before. Like, I would probably not say I would never be a father, you know, like, because most of the time it happens, right, Brando? You don't have much control.
It just happens.
Sometimes you can have control.
Oh, no,
sometimes
I got good control.
You got good. There you go. Midnight show with Mr. Brando Yelavich. Stay tuned. But you know what I mean? Like, accepting the idea that is the natural thing to happen with humans, right?
I agree.
But I think a lot of... I think problems is a good word. I think a lot of problems happen when people think that having a child will solve their problems. You know, they cannot deal with their stuff. They're a bit lost, and they're like, oh, maybe if I start a family, bam!
Yeah.
Wrong answer.
You're really not wrong.
You don't want to start a family, motherfucker. You're just extending your problem. But who am I to judge? Give it a go. Bad for the world. But so that's how I see it. By saying that, you have these crazy motherfuckers like Brando that you couldn't imagine he would be great with a child, but look what an example, the best for themselves. Best father ever, like doing cool things. Did you feel like your whole perception of your responsibility in the world changed after having a child?
Yes and no. Like, I still feel like I'm the same me that I was before I had a child, but there's just another life, you know, that you have to help grow and help shape and in a lot of ways just keep alive. So that it can grow the way, or he can grow the way that he's meant to with the environment that's around us. Because, you know, I'm not trying to shape him to fit in any particular way. I want him to grow, to fit the space available, to grow, to fit the environment, to grow to spit grow to spit. Hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully not.
But grow to fit the social world that he's coming into. Not my social world, but his one. Because that's so important, you know, that he has confidence in himself growing up. And really, showing confidence is by being confident, and it's by going out there and doing the things that I love, and showing him by doing and by, you know, teaching. But to come back to what you were talking about before, I have an interesting view. There's probably going to be a lot of people that hear this and they're like, brr, brr, brr.
Love it, polemic.
But I have this strong view that people who don't want to have children, totally up to them. People who don't want to have children at all, there's something fucking wrong with you.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes. Do you want the list?
Yeah.
Not in that way, but I mean, like, as a species, as
what
animals.
are you doing? We're meant to.
Fucking that is the only thing we're meant to do is like make babies.
Other than eat shit, shit and sleep.
I'll keep my hand up because I'll let you guys finish your train of thoughts, but I have something to say. Carry on.
I'm pretty much done. I just wanted to put that out there.
Cool. Apparently, a moment of silence is good for podcasts. You are right. As a species, I think we're here to reproduce, to carry on. However, it's a very complicated world to raise a child, isn't it?
Yep.
It costs.
It does.
You know, it has responsibilities that go way beyond the natural action of making sure that a little human is doing its thing. You know, there's people asking you for stuff. There are people telling you what to do, how to raise the child, and then you cannot just be yourself and do your thing. You still have to follow a lot of, you know, important things that were set by a much bigger, whatever you want to call that system. I know that the word is overused, but it's true. So in my view, a lot of people who decide to not have children, it's because they weight things. They're like, I have no doubt that it's probably the most amazing thing, like that endless, that depth of love that you only experience when you see someone like coming out of you and then doing that beautiful thing of raising someone. But like, there's a lot of struggle involved as well. Some people cannot even buy lunch, you know, and then suddenly they're like, ooh, am I going to bring another person to this world? Like, am I going to be okay?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people thrive on that. They suddenly see a challenge in front of them.
Absolutely.
They become
Yeah.
a better human. And that's like before what I said, like sounds harsh, you know, it's a joke, but like I believe for a lot of people it's great to have the child. Not for everyone. Especially in a world where alcohol is you know, it's you can buy it anywhere and all
And
this.
it's a contributing factor to a lot of babies.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Oh
Not
yeah.
not necessarily the babies that you wanted to be born, but they're here and you love them anyway.
there you go. Do you want to add to that, Mr. Neil, now that we are on the No Children team?
You'll see
Well-
them in 18 years.
True.
They've already turned up. But I just really think that you should live in your current opinions. But I know it's going to change for me. You know, I'll get older and settle into wherever I am or whatever job I've chosen, and eventually I'll probably be like, oh, another little me wouldn't be bad, you know, wouldn't be bad. But like Leo was saying, you've got to think about, you know, what you put out into the world is also going to take about 10 times more than, you know, what you put out. There's a lot of resources, and if you're living in a place where you don't have money and that, it can be difficult to even keep yourself sustainable and keep yourself happy. And unfortunately some people being selfish is what they need at the time. But you're right about the procreating thing. It's definitely all we're meant to do. Like, it is a common thing.
It's really interesting. Like I always wanted children. Like,
Yeah.
From a very, very young age. I
That's
was like,
very
this is-
rare these days.
This is
That's cool.
And like I realized that in order for me to have children that are going to grow up to be like beautiful individuals, smart, intelligent in their own right, creative, all the things, a full spectrum of knowledge, I have to go out and learn about myself so that I can relate to all these experiences that they're having, all these feelings that they're having. And so I waited with my partner, my wife now, we waited 10 years before even bringing up the idea
Wow.
of having children.
Yep.
So, you know, we put in the work, we had the ups and downs, we still continue to
Yeah,
have ups and
that's
downs,
cool
but,
though.
you know, we know each other. We know each other very well, very intimately, and we made a very conscious decision to create a child, to bring life into
Yeah.
the world. And like you said before, there's a lot of people that just rush into it and think, oh, this is going to solve everything. But I tell you what, it just adds another.
Yeah.
It's like suddenly there's a puzzle that's jumbled and all white, and
Yeah. It's
you
just
have to
like-
figure it out. But the pieces aren't all there.
Yeah. And you still have fun. I never doubt that it's a lot of fun, you know, because children are fun. They light up a space, you know, like what
They do.
that's one of the reasons why I really enjoy the school environment. You know, sometimes they drive you crazy, but at the same time, they're just testing you, you know, like
They are.
if you play the game right, you know, like
You win.
you win. and by saying you win, it doesn't mean that they lose.
No.
You know,
No.
everybody wins. So that's the thing. Like, it's just finding that sweet spot that like everybody's having fun with that, because that's what kids are all about, right? They're curious. Tap into your inner child. Why? Because they're fun. You know, like they're doing the cool stuff.
Lack of seriousness.
Lack of seriousness, man. Yes, that's why for me. And I want to ask you about that. I know that you were teaching at a very early age, so like you were a child, but like I'm sure you knew that there was a space that you were responsible for, like that you were actually holding knowledge to pass to someone. You know, so for me, it's always that I know what I'm doing. I have to. Well, I kind of know what I'm doing. I have to pass something to the student, but like. We have to make this fun, otherwise it's not going to work.
For sure.
But when you are a kid dealing with a kid, how is that?
Well, I had people 6 and I was 10, maybe 6 or 7 was my usual age, and they'd come up to me and straight away realised we should be mates. You know, we should actually just be in school. This is a bit weird, so I'd have to put the adult cap on. You know, first thing I'd do is blitz them. I'd just go and show them how good I am. Really sounds cocky, but you have to do it to make them respect you a little bit. Like, you've got to, at 10, you got to put it all out there. You know, this is what I can do. Now I'm going to teach you. But, you know, when you're Leo's age, it's a lot easier to be like, I'm the teacher.
Because he looks old.
Yeah, natural dominant figure. You know, he's going to be a teacher.
Yes.
But yeah. So that was the biggest thing for me, was having to find some type of thinking cap to put on that would make me look all big and mighty. And that is just, being their friend. It really is. Just be their mate at the end of the day. But teach them heaps.
Do you guys remember having those perceptions of like all the children being giants, you know, like teenagers and stuff? And that's the funniest thing, because like I remember when my sister started playing the keys with a cool band, and I remember going to watch them, and one of the band members, he was tall, you know, so I was looking at him and I was like, wow, look at that musician. Like probably he was year 12 and I was year like, I don't know, 6 or 7. And nowadays I see the year 12 is like all wonky, like weird kids, and I was like, wow, life is crazy, isn't it? Like how our perceptions change. Do you guys remember that stuff from school? Like, do you have clear images of looking up?
I definitely don't. I went to I was a founding student at like both my intermediate and my high school, so I was like the first line of students to go through it. Right. So you know, it was like there was never the older kids, which meant there was never the bullies. There was never you know, it was a really interesting way to learn, you know. Also in the first little bit of schooling, it was quite difficult because no one really knew what was going on. Like this new school, like new teachers, new like everything. But I can relate in other ways, you know, going to events, Christmas in the Park, one that springs to mind. You know, we stand right up there by the front of the stage and there's these adults playing like music, and they're just involved, very present with what they're doing, and they look like giants.
Yeah.
Giants. Do you remember that, man? Did you have some cool?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Looking up.
Watching you ever heard of Devil Skin? The New Zealand metal band.
We had Paul Martin here.
What?
Yeah, man.
Oh, mate. There you go.
Come on.
There you go. Well, come on.
And he's short.
Yeah, he is.
He was
he
not
is.
a giant.
But he was a giant when I was a kid.
Yes.
Rocked the park. You know, I think I was about 10 at the time, 10 or 11. And, you know, you're still short then. Fucking, oh my goodness, look at them. They've all got big red beards, you know. Holy shit. It's amazing. I really, But yeah, bang on. Giants. Absolute giants.
When it comes to discipline to become like a pro musician, was it something that came from you, that you were keen to do that, or the whole influence that you had from home kind of like naturally guided you to that?
I have every little bit to, you know, I can't be, you know, ratchet and say that it is all from my dad. My dad is an amazing drummer, and he decided, I'll just give it all off, you know, pass it all over, stop playing drums in the house. He just let me play drums. It was a very interesting thing. So I think having a drum teacher from, like I said, like zero, no one gets that. Everyone has to pay $30 a week, and I got 7 lessons a week whenever I wanted, you know, and that's special. Definitely.
That's special. What about it's metal, it's heavy, like heavy rock or heavy metal, like your favorite style? Like what's your thing?
At the moment it's stuff. Have you guys heard Anderson .Paak? Yeah, gospel drumming, that type of church drumming. It's quite fast and R&B, but it's got a lot of reggae influence and a lot of rock influence. You know, it is all through it because it's mainly blues bass, you know, and blues is really, that's what, I was getting to. Blues is probably my favorite.
Do you know Anderson .Paak?
I do not. No, I would not call myself a muso, really. You know, I like listening to music.
Oh, mate,
I like getting transported away in different places with all different kinds of genres, depending on how I'm feeling. But couldn't tell you the names of any of the songs.
But that's the thing. The interesting thing about Anderson .Paak, we were talking about something about being an artist, you know, last night at the gym. And he sings, he drums, he dances. He's an entertainer.
Absolutely.
You know? So, like, he really wears that hats like the artist, you know, like he puts, and when you watch him, and it was funny because when you were drumming last night, I talked to your miss and I said, oh, look, he's dancing, you know, because we were joking about dancing before, but it's a dance, isn't it? There's swing, there's movement
involved.
And I always tell young people and students, I'm like, I know that it's hard because you are focusing on something in front of you, a piece of paper, or like you're trying to concentrate and play the notes right. But once you pass that, once you know what you have to do, that's when you make it sound cool. That's when you move your body. That's when you make your life easy. When you groove with it, right? So love that you're into that vibe now. Have you heard of, do you know Jay Dilla?
Yes. Yeah, I do. Absolutely.
Yeah. Karine Riggins?
No.
Okay.
Interesting.
Cool. So we'll talk about that.
Do you?
So we don't get into the crazy. I'm just gonna get a beer for you. Go, Brando.
Do you remember a point in your musical life where you weren't rigid learning and you felt free? You know, you sit down in front of the drums and.
Yeah. These past 2 years have been difficult because you're growing up. I'm sure you remember being my age, 20. It's like, washing machine the whole time, you know. But 16, 17, confidence was through the roof. At school, everyone knew I was a drummer. You know, I'd just done all my little, tickets that told me I was a drummer and all that stuff. So you'd sit down and your brain turns off. You're just literally doing nothing, but I'm sure that's what it would have been like for you on those beaches, mate. Nothing's going on. You just like get there, walk, and that's exactly it, bro. You just zone out.
Would you say that having your drums, having something to focus on through that teenage years, kept you away from drugs, lots of alcohol, or?
Yeah, I think it kept me away from being a dickhead. I've always tried to be a really nice person to everyone I meet first glance, and everyone I spend my time with and that chooses to spend their time with me. I think it's definitely an easy thing to have, being able to go home and smash something, and they're not going to give you shit for it. They're not going to smash you back. I'm smashing skins and cymbals, but it's getting that same feeling, that same anger out.
I couldn't relate more.
Yeah.
And I hear that often. Oh, Leo is always like calm, He's
You're placid, like, mate. I love it. You're just
chilled.
But it's the same reason.
Come on Saturday to the Monkey Theater and you see where my madness goes, man. I have that punk rock trio. Like, we don't play as much now because there's a lot going on with Altbays and the magazine, but like that's where I decompress. That's where I go. Like it's the safe space. I just hit those drums hard, and I don't know if I told you that, but like for the first time in 21 years of drumming, I hurt my wrist like a couple of years ago.
Oh, you told me, yeah, devastation in the nation.
Oh, like wow, what a moment. But then like life is, there's always something good from a situation. I tapped into my singing, something that I've been doing for years, always playing the drums and singing. I love singing, and I'm like, I'm gonna sing. I'm going to go right at the front and I'm going to scream because banging on the drums is not viable right now.
It doesn't.
What are we going to do? And now here we are playing the drums again and singing better.
Nice.
So finding those alternatives. I think that's what I'm all about when it comes to the educational system and being part of it.
So bang on.
What can we do with you? Like it's not what subjects, is like, what do you want to do? Like some basic stuff everyone has to learn. I have no doubt about that. You got to pass that knowledge on and make sure that you know the basics. But come on, what's your thing?
I feel like that is a lesson that they should teach like repetitively all throughout, life, from when you first start going to school all the way through to when you're leaving school, is when a bad situation comes your way and stops you from doing the thing that you love, there's always an alternative that's going to give you the same amount of passion or the same opportunity to learn or grow or consume dopamine or whatever you're up to. It's there's a lot of people that they fail and they get stuck in that failure and it ruins their life really. And there's always a way out and there's always a way forward,
For sure.
Singing.
Singing. Oh, it's so good.
Gotta find your thing.
So much fun. And like not just screaming. Of course that is amazing, but like trying the opposite. Trying to go soft. Trying to be quiet. Try to like get those dynamics that you get with your drumming, like with your voice. Fuck, so much fun.
Singing is it's an Olympic thing. Absolutely. My dad's a singer and a drummer. So watching him do that the whole time was like, it's a very hard feat. It is not an easy job. at all.
But once you lock that in, once you understand, it's just a flow.
Yeah.
You just go with it.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you know it's all the energy, because when you're doing both, I've had it explained to me a lot, it's just whole time you feel amazing.
It's good fun. Man, best things about the city and the ones that you are not that fond of that made you leave, and why what would be the reasons to go back tomorrow and why you're here?
Number one on the bad list.
Is that me? I think that's you, bro. Sorry. Yeah, thank you. Number one?
Lack of pay. That's the only thing. And because you can only bring that up really because you can't keep doing it. And that sucks. You know, I don't care about money at all. I couldn't care less. But when you can't keep doing it, yeah. Good things. Exposure. People. Amazing people. Like people you've never met in your life. Especially when you come from Whitianga like I did. And about 7 or 8 I popped over and these people were just blowing my mind. They really were. So yeah, I think the town scene is it's an exciting time.
Of course you get the opportunities to play in all these other places as well. You know, whereas little old Whitty, you're kind of limited to about 5.
Unfortunately, yeah. And a few private venues. Yeah.
Do you plan to make a move sometime soon, or you're still kind of like...
Yeah, plan to go back to Auckland shortly. Start it all up again. Get back into the regular gigging and, see what I can do with it, really.
Do you see potential for an international move with what you do? Like, is that what you aim? Do you consider that the thing for you, or you...
That's been the dream forever. Yeah. Absolutely forever. Just get over to the States, Canada, anywhere in Europe. I don't really mind as long as I don't have to learn a new language, because I'm already learning the language of drums. You know, that's enough to learn. But I definitely will go. Yeah, definitely.
They do complement each other, though. You know,
they do.
Working on your brain and getting something challenging.
I can agree. And it would be such a rewarding thing to be able to speak another language. Put it into your music, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Would you take your child overseas, man, for an experience, Brando?
Oh yeah, 100%. He travels free right now. As soon as he's just a little bit older, we'll be off on adventures, but not just like your regular adventures. You know, he'll be in the backpack crossing the deserts or something wild, something out there where he can just really, you know, be one with himself and be one with nature. It's a big thing for me. Is like I want to foster a beautiful connection and relationship with nature, or help him to create one, because that's like, for me, it's been what it sounds like drums are for you. Is that escape, that meditation, that space for total acceptance of self.
I agree.
It comes from nature for me.
Yeah. I know, it'll blow your mind, mate, but it's also mine. It's like the drumming thing for people like Leo, it's so amazing, because he's managed to make it his life. But I'm not there yet, so I had to find something else, and the bush happened to be it. Growing up in Tatarangi, like you say, man, you're immersed. You're constantly like, wow, this is quite meditative. You know, you didn't even know what meditation was or what it was up to. But yeah, the bush is a calming place for sure, mate. I agree.
It's really interesting. I quite often think back to my time in the desert or the outback of Australia, and there was literally no people in any direction for hundreds of kilometers. It was just me out there on my own with everything that I could carry, and the sun went down, moon came out, there was stars, crickets started, and the birds started, and then like there was dingoes, and then I could hear snakes. It like, suddenly became the loudest silence I've ever heard in my life, and it's just all of these crazy vibrations, these sound waves just going on, and it's like that's what you get in nature. You know, you get like immersed and surrounded by life, by living things, and you don't get that in buildings, you don't get that in houses. You know, nature is so healing.
It is.
So you happy doing your fishing here, doing your thing out in the bush, get your boat out there?
Yeah. No, when I wasn't working 50 hours a week, I was fishing 50 hours a week. Definitely. It is, the most rewarding thing here, out there, out in the deep blue, as they say. But yeah, good fun.
I think that's a great thing to have, because if you're tapping into this world of like, well, let's call it showbiz or whatever, you know, like we had Andrew Fagan here on Tuesday. How cool.
Yeah.
And he said that, he was like, everybody wants an audience, you know, like when you're an artist, when you're putting yourself out there, when you're creating something, you want an audience, you know.
People to watch.
Man, you want that recognition, you want that. But obviously everything comes with a price, right? So when you have that place, that safe space of removing yourself from the madness, you know, getting into the bush, getting into nature, you know, recharging. So it's a good thing that you're already kind of like making that path. You understanding that brings you back. It centers you.
Have to.
You have to.
Have to. Yeah, you really do. Because if you don't have a centering aspect, you do end up a bit frizzled. And it's great that people like him are bringing up kids that are going to be centered so quick. You know, it's not going to be a frail state from the beginning. They're going to be able to be like, yeah, this is where I came from. This is what I like doing. Mate, that's me. They're not going to get lost in the world. So yeah, I think that's bloody awesome.
Do you feel like your bros, like, not, it's hard to generalize, but like, do you think most of the 19, 20-year-old friends you got, like, they got good plans, like they know what they're doing, or there's always a talking between you guys, kind of like, oh, I'm not too sure about that. Like,
you should know. No one knows.
No one knows.
New Zealand's quite a hard place to know what you're going to do. As you say, are you going to go overseas? That's the question everyone gets asked from about year 7. It's like, what are you going to do? Are you going to head off? Are you going to do it? But more and more people are realising you can make a living in New Zealand. Aotearoa, you can do it. It's quite easy. And so the more people that realise, the bigger the community will get.
Do you think it's easy in which sense? Of like making yourself happy or financially?
I think success comes from a mixture of both. Yeah, definitely. So plausibly in the future we might have a crappy economy. Who knows? Maybe that's not the best place to be living at the moment, because you're so poor you can't pursue anything like music, and you can't pursue like going on your walks. Actually, yes you can, because you somehow did that completely off bugs people. But yeah, so I guess it's just getting to that point where you've got the mixture nicely knit.
But then do you think there's the expectation element there, Brando, of like what you expect success to be? Even when you are aware of it, like there's always something of like, oh, I don't know, you look up to your parents or you look around the people and see what success means for them and status.
Yeah, I've actually got a really interesting perspective there, because I've got ADHD. So my life's always been me trying to chase, well, for a long time it was me trying to chase normalcy, you know, trying to fit in with the rest of the world, try to keep up, try to keep my emotional dysregulation at bay so that I could do everything that everyone else could do. But very quickly I learned that I'm a little bit extra when I can be, and in a lot of ways when I can't be, I'm no fun to be around at all.
Oh, that's awesome.
But I definitely see the expectation to be something better or to be successful, but like you, success for me is a balance of many things. If I could live with no money and, you know, have a wife and a son that wanted to do it too, and then I probably would. But money is really nice, and money enables you to buy the things that you want, the luxuries in life. They make life easier. But it's all about balance.
For sure.
It's all about balance. That's true. I have
the Greeks had it sus, mate.
Hey,
had it all sus.
We're going deep now. Here we go. Man, what involves a band competition? Because you guys won one.
Band competition involves
what's up? Like, are you ready to battle and grab the motherfuckers in the neck and break their arms so they cannot play as good as you?
Yeah, pretty much. No. At that stage, it is a bit of like, yeah, no, we got to suss these files out. We're not talking to them properly until we suss this out. We play. Afterwards, you're happy, Larry. You know the results. You let your cool guy ego go, and you're onto it. But
the Ding Dong Lounge is an epic, is an institution in New Zealand, right? Can I say that? Am I right to say that?
They're also in New York. They've got a bar in New York. It's a pretty amazing little spot, really. Yeah, it's awesome.
So how was that? How was it? Tell me. Take me through.
Well, what can I say? First, we've got a hand-drawn penis on the wall with our names next to alien weaponry. So they've also got one there. So our mates Alien Weaponry kindly said, yeah, like when, you reckon we can get one on the wall. So they got one on the wall, and when we won the competition, that's one of your big prizes. So from then on, I realised,
you draw the dick on a wall.
This place is different. This
awesome.
This is different. They're okay with that. More so, they advocated for it. But yeah, I think it's full of some of the most interesting people in the world. Some people come in just to chill out with their mates. Some people are genuine punk heads. It's a punk bar. It's a dive bar.
It was our debut, Corrosive Moses.
Really?
It was at the Ding Dong.
Wow. Awesome little spot, man.
Great sounds.
Did which, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Great sounds. Just the quality just spot on.
They've got a bloody good sound engineer.
Yes. You mentioned alien weaponry.
Yeah.
I know who they are, but some of our listeners maybe don't. What is so different about this amazing trio?
New Zealand's first ever, I'd say, proper te reo metal band. They are incredible. They're also some of the loveliest blokes you'll ever met. I hadn't listened to any of their songs after 2 years of knowing them. Going to gigs with them. My guitarist Matt Holden is really good friends with them and had been, for quite a while. But yeah, they are genuinely, I think, the first te reo metal band in New Zealand that has made it, and they are making it properly over in England at the moment, I believe, playing London tonight. Oh yeah,
not bad.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
How important is it? Like how important it is to bring Maori culture to the forefront? It doesn't matter what you're doing. Like for you guys, even Minnehahas, putting the name there. I guess a lot of people ask, but for them, obviously, to sing into it. How do you feel?
I think
understanding your roots and going back to that.
It's the most important thing you can do in this country. If you don't, every time I go fishing, karakia, every time. A bit of respect to their culture, because we came in and talk, and this is getting a bit serious about it. But yeah, unfortunately, it's a bit of a shitty circumstance because it still goes on today, and they're not very accounted for in this country at all. But yeah, it's just the brunt of it. Mm.
Brando, anything there?
I think it's like you say, one of the most important aspects of today's time is to reignite the love for language and the connection that language can create, and the stories and the beauty that language can hold. And so when I hear about metal bands speaking or singing Te Reo all around the world, and in London of all places.
Oh, people in Spain are singing it fluently.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
We can't even do that here, and they're word for word. It is amazing. You're so onto it with that statement right there, because they brought it over there very quickly. It went over there.
Why do we take our people for granted sometimes? Why does that happen? Like we had Bobby Brazuca, the owner of Ponsonby Social Club here, and he told this story that he was traveling with a Kiwi, and I think they were in Spain, and they went to Catalonia, and then his friends saw people speaking Catalan, and he was like, wow, how cool. You're in Spain, and these people, like, there's Catalonia, and people are talking in Catalan, and he's like, motherfucker, you're from New Zealand, man. You guys speak Maori like your neighbors speak Maori. Why are you saying like?
Yeah, no, I think it's a immediate gain. When you're in someone's country visiting, you're not living off their resources. You're not directly taking from something that they had also developed, in the past. But when you are around for Australians, it's the Aboriginals. They genuinely don't recognise them.
It's pretty bad.
It is. It's very bad. And New Zealand's actually quite far ahead in comparison. But even yet, we're nowhere near. So yeah, there's different stages to it, definitely.
Do you have a long road to ruin? Do you have a long way to go, Brando? Are we far? Do we feel like we are progressing when it comes to those matters, or?
I think since the time of social media really is a big one, the internet, things have been rapidly changing in so many different ways, in like bad and good, but we're on the track. We're definitely on the track. There's a lot of change that needs to happen. There's a lot of healing that still needs to be done, but we're definitely on the right road.
A believer. I believe too, man. I'm quite optimistic, hey. Like, especially because if you don't live by that, then it's not gonna work. You know, like I come across a lot of people who say, but it's already ruined. You know, like what can we do? I'm like, what you just said is the worst thing that a human can do.
Absolutely.
It's just that acceptance that we're done, that there's no way back.
Giving up.
Yeah. Oh, but I'm just one, you know, like how are we going to do this? Well, we're all individuals, man. You know,
I agree.
Gotta do your part. And if your part is banging on the drums, going hard, making people happy and doing that well, do that well.
Absolutely.
Bang those drums right, you know.
Do whatever you do at 100%. Yeah.
100%, yeah. What is the hardest thing about drumming? Ooh, here we go. Drummer talk.
The hardest thing about drumming
Carrying the drums?
Oh.
How do you carry
I ask and I answer the question.
Mate, I've had a couple cars stolen just because of it. Just because of it.
Oh no.
Mate, the amount of money I'd say is actually good drum kit. Most people don't realise this. 10 big ones. 10 grand. Yeah, a good drum kit.
Yeah.
A proper stage kit.
How many little things? I'm not a drummer.
That's without cymbals, buddy. That's just the drums and the pieces of metal. And then you pay another $5,000 for your best cymbals and $2,000 for your pedals, and now you're at 17K. And it's just like, whoa, that was quick.
It's an expensive toy, eh?
He knows.
Yeah. I'm not even close to a professional
But you know that it's a disposable instrument, whereas guitar and piano and that, you're not going to chip through your keys and rip through your strings every day unless you're playing drop D solos every minute. But yeah, you know what I mean. Sticks and skins and cymbals, it adds up. But yeah, the hardest bit physically is timing. You are the backbeat. You are everything in that band, next to the bassy. Always. You got to.
We go together. Eh?
Yeah, always. You got to have a bass player. But yeah, that's the simple.
That's right. Yeah, I agree. And like some people will have, I won't say a natural thing like a gift, but like some people can clap on time. That's such an achievement.
And then some people go.
Yeah, like, and we were talking about the tambourine before. So this is the best thing you're gonna get from this show, apart from beautiful Neo giving all these beautiful gems. But from Leo, listen to this. If you are at a party, if you are at a jam session, and you find the tambourine sitting there, leave the tambourine alone.
Don't touch it.
Hey Neo, repeat.
Don't touch it.
Don't touch the tambourine.
Don't even think about it.
Don't even think about it.
You're not Freddie Mercury.
You're not. Unless you know. If you can clap, try to clap first with the band. Can you clap? Ask the band if you can. Don't assume you can. And then you grab the tambourine. Brando is like, come on, man. Where's the fun? Where's the jam? Where's the sound healing experience?
Gotta get some instruments in here, eh?
Can I tell a story? So,
of course.
Do we have an option?
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Of course.
So I'm playing with Stu. It's a beautiful party. We're having fun. Mr. Piddly, and we do the Descarrego thing, which is an acoustic set. So I have like a little kick drum that is actually a floor tom that I turn into a kick drum, and I have a snare. Yeah, that's it. And a snare drum, and I put a little tambourine at the top of my floor tom
hi-hat.
slash, yeah, kind of.
No, but that's your hi-hat now.
Kind of thing,
yeah.
I play more on the rim of the snare.
Cool.
Kind of like rockabilly kind of thing.
Oh,
But
I've heard about this.
But I hit on the tambourine every now and then. So like they put us on top of these stairs and then we're having fun and like people are enjoying the music but they're not dancing, you know? They're just like start of the party, feeling good. And then there was this lovely lady who probably started drinking the day before. Oh, I don't know when. But anyway, she was like already loose and coming closer to us. And then like by that stage, she was all good. She was just like dancing in front of us, in front of the drums, and yo, good, yeah. And we're
Big
dancing,
grin.
all good. And then second set starts. She thought like, oh, I already got this guy's trust, you know. So she comes, she goes up the first step, second step where we were, and she comes close, and she comes with her finger to the tambourine, to my tambourine, and I'm playing, and I just give her the look.
Good.
But man, I think I pushed her with my look. So she stumbled the first step. And then, as she stumbled the second one, the whole party watched. And it was the classic, you know, like, whoa! And then she got the second step. Everybody was, whoa! Together.
There you
And
go.
then she stood up, but she couldn't handle the last one. Pow! Hit her head,
Oh
man.
no.
On the step. But like the best thing was the 1 second that everybody thought she was alright, but she was not. But the 1 second that no one did anything.
She's at the dick. She'll be right.
And then, whoa, shit, I got an uncle, oh shit, auntie, Drew, whatever. And then like she was bleeding and shit. It was not.
That was a
good.
great impersonation, by the
I
way.
know, man. So I think I pushed Auntie Jude with my eyes from touching the tambourine. So don't touch the tambourine. That's the story. Do you play some percussion as well?
Tiny little bit. Like you say, we always grew up playing tambourine and cajon, box drum. I love cajons. I've got a baby cajon, a tiny cajon about that
Nice.
big. Yeah, nice it is. But rototoms, timbales, djembe drums. Grew up loving djembe drums. Had about 6 in the house, always playing them. So yeah, love percussion too.
So we're gonna try to bring your bro Taylor, who does some sound healing. Brando, is it something that you try to
Wicked.
implement on your life, on your things with the kids?
I mean, I'm definitely like trying to tap into the world of sound, voice and different instruments, and I've got this. I think I'm pretty good with the mouth harp. You played a mouth harp before?
I have.
No.
Is it the?
It's like a Jew's harp.
That's
You're like-
exactly what I was going to say,
Yeah.
but you're not allowed to call it
No,
that
I know.
anymore.
Forgive
But-
me.
No, but that's what I grew up learning it. Yeah.
But yeah, so I definitely have been pursuing that. Taylor's definitely a huge inspiration. He is an amazing musician, just
Wicked.
flutes and didgeridoo and just so much embodiment in what he does. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's good. Give us a message to new drummers and musicians, Neo. Give us some inspiration and some words of wisdom.
New drummer. Just find that little piece of passion, that good little feeling. It's all about feeling, and go for it. Just go. Don't even stop and think. Just go. No backups. Don't make a backup. Don't go and try become something else in order to try and hopefully make a bit of money one day and not get broke. Nah, just go for it, boy. Yeah.
How many times per week do you practice?
As many as I possibly can. That's the answer these days. It used to be definite once a day, but some things get in the way, and that's sad to say. Absolutely, but yeah, they do. There's days where practice doesn't happen, and that's just why you gotta facilitate.
That's good. That's good. Are you coming to the show on Saturday? Have you heard about
I'll
the show
be-
on Monkey Theatre?
My
The Mon-
sister is leaving the country, else I would be. Yeah, else I would be.
Cool. Where she's off to?
To become the operations manager of BBC in Cardiff.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be bloody awesome. That's a very, very big thing for our little tight-knit family, She's finally cracked it after working at the Sound FM for years, and yeah, it's cool.
That's very cool.
Shout out to
Doing
the
this
family.
type of stuff.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's good, man. Congratulations to the family. And man, to you, man, such a big inspiration, like so cool to have such a
mate.
top
No,
musician
no,
in this
no,
town.
no.
Well,
None of that.
gotta be honest. Thanks for doing this,
Appreciate
man.
it, buddy.
We're
Appreciate
gonna
it.
wrap it up before the second storm comes here and gets us all stuck in Whitianga because some people have
Is
to
that
go.
the rain, eh?
Yeah,
It is
that's
the
what we
rain.
can hear. I'm just thinking, like, I've got to walk to the ferry and then.
Mate,
We'll take you there, man. We'll put it in our
200
boat.
mils of rain to come.
Oh,
Neo, thanks so much for doing this.
Thank you so much, Leo.
Next thing we
Great name, by the way.
I know, right? We got
Could
to
have an N, but
Nobody's perfect.
we'll work on it.
right, you can have my N. You know, it used to be
Oh,
Brandon, but now it's Brando. So
Oh, I'm Brandon.
Sounds
there
good.
you go.
I'll take that.
Man,
Next stop, drumming session. Is that what we're doing?
that's us. You all better be there. Might be at the Minnehahas Theatre on a Wednesday night, music night. Me and Leo, drum duel, 40 seconds each.
Ooh, it's set.
It's gonna be there.
That's a challenge right
Sounds
there.
good. I don't think it's a battle. There's no way to battle with a machine, man. You just
No,
you
he's-
just
No,
jam
no.
with them. You
Yeah.
He
just jam with-
underplays.
Yeah.
He underplays himself. I remember
Watch out, there's
little 8-year-old
dark horse.
watching him.
It's the famous pocket. You keep it in the pockets. Oh, but I must say, this is true, man. I remember you coming to On Fire when I worked there.
True.
And Helen, yeah.
Yeah,
Your
you
auntie,
did.
your
My nana.
Your nana.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would tell me, Neo is doing so good on the drums. And here's the, I was like, oh yeah, cool. But like at that time in my life, it was my mad time. It was like my coming to Whitianga, new life, managing
yeah.
a bar, having fun. And then I see
I
this.
remember.
I was having fun, man. And then I remember seeing you coming. There was Rob's drum kits, and you were checking everything, and you were adjusting stuff. I'm like, what is he doing? He's adjusting the drum kit. He's actually, he knows what he's doing, you know. And Neo was just like, whoa, was incredible. And I was like, gosh, he's right. He's actually pretty good. So man,
Yeah.
you're going a long way, brother. Congratulations
Hey,
to
I
you.
really appreciate that.
The family.
Lovely to meet you, by the
Lovely
way.
to meet you too.
Love your family, so much respect for you guys, and we'll bring you back.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds
Absolutely.
Awesome.
good. Thanks, Brando.
Yeah, buddy.
Cheers,
Good,
everybody.
Brando.
Lovely to see you and meet you.
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
Oh wow, I have to get that mouth up and come, get my 40
Yeah, mate.
seconds in.
Oh, we're going to 40 seconds of fame, they call it.
Thanks, Taylor. And we're back. Oh, and just the things, as I was saying, on Wednesday, Mr. Tiffany, the hip hop master, is putting this cool fundraiser for the people in Hawke's Bay. So if you are in the Coromandel, please come to the Monkey Theater and support the cause. $25 the tickets going all to the Hawke's Bay. There's a trust that they Tiffany's organizing. It's legit. Is the right thing to do to come have some fun. We cannot do much at the moment. Like we're kind of stuck here. So go appreciate some music and send some money that will help the ones.
That is
Indeed.
$5 a band. $5 a band.
Hey,
Good value.
because there's a lot of cool people playing.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of cool people playing. Roy Mata, Vegas Brown, Peter Lawrence, Corrosive Moses, My Punk Rock Trio, Chance, the rapper, Tepaya, Tiffany. It's gonna be a banger.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know, right? And we're back on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Peace.
Altbays.